All right, viewers across the world. How are we doing this evening? It is your annual Swaggy Sports podcast. I'm happy to get in some very special guests with me, Mr. Tazi and Mr. Chi. We're just gonna
Missed y'all
chat
last
about
episode.
yeah. They had to step
We back
in.
though.
Yeah.
They back here. I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. We just wanted to chat it up about last week's games. Great wild card weekend to say the least. Great wild card weekend. And how those advancers, those survivors and advancers are gonna pan out into next week's divisional games. I'm gonna pull that picture up so we can span our thoughts and ideas based off those matchups.
I loved all the games. There were so many.
Yeah, there really
So many
wasn't
good
one
games.
bad game to watch, which was
No.
cool.
There wasn't.
I even enjoyed watching the Steelers get beat up by the Browns.
I loved watching.
Well, no,
that.
I won't lie. That Bears and Saints game was pretty boring to watch.
It was pretty boring. They
I
couldn't
was
move the ball
working,
at
couldn't
all.
even catch it.
But
I couldn't even catch
Big
that
Tay
game.
was balling though.
He was.
Yes, he was. They couldn't.
That
They
was
had no
interesting.
answers for him. I don't know if you guys noticed too when Taysom was at quarterback and the ball got batted or his arm got hit when he was hitching up to throw. He had ran a corner post and it was like that Xavier Rhodes one
When he
where he
spun
just
him,
completely spun him around. And
I didn't see it.
just couldn't get the ball to him. Yeah,
If Taysom had a
Lucy.
bigger arm, he would have scored on the last one too.
Right, exactly. He should have had a $130 and a tutter. Crazy first game back too.
What was he hurt?
First day out.
Yeah,
What was wrong?
I'm not sure what he was, but
I think it
No,
might
he was
have
on-
been COVID related, like
Mhm.
a COVID type. I don't know. I'm
I
not
didn't even
sure
think he was
though.
going to come back this year, to be honest with you.
He getting his a bag. He about to get a
Yeah, he-
bag when his contract
He
up.
Humble it.
Yeah.
Do you know how many more years left? Will he be a free agent?
I don't know. I think he signed for 2 years. I could be
Oh,
wrong.
Oh
pro.
yeah, he good. He was all pro
Yeah,
last year.
Chilling.
And contracts that they're called escalators, like they have like those are the incentives in there. So I'm sure he had all pro like everyone does, X amount of catches, yards, and cash in every single.
Definitely.
Right. First wild card game I want to kind of talk about Colts versus Bills. If you guys caught it.
Yeah.
Now, my takeaways from that Bills game, is that Josh Allen he's a legit play extender. You know what I'm saying? I like the way that he steps back and not there goes. He's running out, finding whoever. You know what I'm saying? On toe taps in the middle of the field, he was picking and choosing with that. And
they threw up. Did you see his red zone stats that they put up? It was something
like
crazy. He didn't
putters and no
interceptions and like the 26 rushing touchdowns or something since 2018 or something.
Yeah, he loves to pull it down.
That was tough.
They one thing that I feel like Baltimore's gonna have to do. They're gonna have to respect his run game. They have to. One of his favorite plays from me last week was when even the announcer was like, "Oh, he's going for the run," and then he just throws it out for the like. You gotta respect that.
Tebow.
Yeah, Tebow-esque. That was very, very legit. I like that play. One thing I noticed about the Bills' defense though is that they didn't really get a pass rush. I felt like Rivers he was getting his throws off. You know what I mean?
I mean,
like that.
46 times, but I mean, Phillip was moving the ball.
Phillip impressed me. I talked down on Phillip's name a lot, and he kind of was. He played well, I think. He was throwing some really good balls.
And how many missed kicks did they have? At least one, which would have put it in overtime.
Yeah, they had one.
One crucial one.
Hot rod.
It wasn't even that long, was it? It was like a 30-some yarder.
It was like 36 or something like that.
Yeah, you gotta make it matter.
I just feel like the no pass rush factor for the Ravens won't really help when it comes to Josh Allen, because Josh will sit in the pocket and get rid of the rock he'll run when he needs to. But if the pass rush isn't there, he'll get rid of the ball.
Yeah, but he's not going to be able to run the ball against the Ravens like he did against the Colts. I mean, if King Henry can't run the ball, Josh Allen sure as heck isn't going to be.
And
so I'm interested to see what their game plan even is. And they're without Zach Moss, which is also critical. I mean, Devin Singletary, he's a cool little back, but they love giving the rock to Zach.
And I don't know how many quick passes he gonna get off. Them corners gonna be in their face.
Yeah, I'm
all
excited
day long.
I'm excited to see the matchup between Diggsy and Humphrey. I asked my friends earlier, who do you think is gonna start? Who do you think will start off on him though? Like, are you gonna give him Pac-Man first and give him Humphrey first? Because
I wouldn't rock Juice Man on him first. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
he loves
to
get on the double move or the deep ball. That's his
he
favorite
loves
thing to
he
do.
loves to get cooked sometimes, but he loves to catch a pick. So put him on the other side. Put him on the other side. But Humphrey be in the slot a lot, so he might be on Beasley.
I know
that's what I mean.
So much.
But he was on AJ Brown last week, so
who did they go? They had a battle.
And that touchdown AJ Brown had. I'm sorry, I think that was a push off.
It was a push off.
Yeah, I feel like he kind of got a little.
He was in good position and all, and he pushed him off. I was sick. I
noticed there were so many times I just kept writing it down. Third down. Humphrey tested again. 3rd down and 2. They don't run the ball.
He's the most targeted corner in the NFL.
Which is crazy to me. That's because I guess he's on just them guys who get a lot of targets. Like, and he makes plays.
And they're not putting respect on his name.
Like most of the time, he gets that PBU out. Sometimes
or he's getting a forced fumble or
anything. But it's crazy.
He's a playmaker.
He's a playmaker. He's getting his hands on that ball.
It shocked me how often they were testing him in Brown. I love that, watching that matchup over. It was crazy.
But all I would like to say about the game that surprised me is Michael Pittman Jr.'s future. I think he has a very bright future.
USC.
I think he has a very bright future in the National Football League. He got a very bright future.
So I would. He has like his
and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he had all 90 of his yards in the first half. I mean, that could be wrong, but I'm nearly certain he had 90 yards going.
And it was early on. Like,
I don't know what
halfway through the second quarter.
He was flying.
10 targets, 5 catches. I mean, he had the most targets out of all the receivers.
He's a baller for sure. He's a grown man out there too.
What round they take him in?
2nd.
Oh, okay. So yeah, he's all right.
I was about to say, pretty sure 2nd round.
Yeah.
Dog.
Great pick.
Great physical receiver who slides. Physical receiver.
And they got John Taylor in 2nd round too. Yeah, physical receiver who slides and go get that rock.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Another big takeaway of mine. You remember the fumble that Josh had late? I felt like that was that was a common mistake that.
The one that rolled back to like midfield.
Yeah.
They got lucked out that they recovered.
It gave the Colts a chance to low key score on that drive.
If they recovered that fumble, they're down 3 and they're in position to score. But
right. And
they
later
also
in the
lucked
game,
out.
How didn't they call that Zach Pascal fumble?
That was a fumble if I ever seen a fumble.
That made no sense. I understand.
Ball.
You want to give them boys a chance to win the game, but at the end of the day, it wasn't you got to call.
It wasn't even close.
What it was.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And he wasn't down. He should have just laid on the ground. I don't even know why he tried to get up. So you can get an extra half yard. Like,
for nothing.
Come on, Zachary.
All right, I want to get into the team that the Bills will play this weekend, Ravens. So the Ravens takeaways between Ravens and Titans. I remember saying in last week's podcast, it's like they got to game plan Henry some type of way. I know it's impossible for most teams, but they got to figure out a way to stop him because I feel like that's been their weakness every time they've matched up the past couple years. And they did their thing for sure. Hats off.
Shut him down.
Shut him down.
Shut down they got their 2K.
Yeah.
They got their number. 18 carries, 40 yards.
Longest rush, 8 yards. Hey. Talk to me, Ravens. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, you get hats off.
Hats off.
Ravens secondary, they were tested early into the game. Humphrey on AJ Brown to start. Ravens, they had the slow start offensively. They were down 10-0. Lamar threw a pick early. It wasn't.
That was an ugly ball. It was an ugly ball.
Just a
that was ill-advised.
On a play action. It was 1st and 10, play action, deep try. I thought it was just a bad ball, but
a bad ball.
Before then, it was the red zone, like we were talking about a little bit earlier. Brown on Humphrey, questionable push off.
OPI.
Ravens keeping King Henry down. almost every third down attempt in the first half was a pass. I felt like it was very strange to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, just I guess they were shutting him down that bad to not even give him the ball. But I just remember it's just making Tannehill made the decisions there, and they just didn't pan out that way. I felt like you just give Henry the ball, but I'm not no coach. I don't know, but
Tannehill ain't all that. He ain't all that.
Two statistics about the Titans. Number one is they've never won a game where Derrick Henry hasn't rushed for more than 120 rushing yards, and the second one is they haven't ever, well, not ever, but over like the last 2 seasons.
I didn't know that either.
And they haven't won a game in like the past 2 or 3 seasons where they haven't scored over 30 points.
Wow. Yeah.
Now these, I don't know if it's just this season or 2 seasons or whatever the case may be, but there's a great deal of games they haven't been able to win if King Henry didn't go for $120 or they didn't score over 30 points, which is
interesting. I did
not going to win you much in the National Football League when those two things need to align every time.
Yes.
Right.
I'm going to say shout out to, Lamar, he flipped the game. He flipped the game with his legs. And I be talking down on Hollywood, but he played a good game. He played a good game.
I wrote that down a lot. They were connecting. He was making a lot of huge catches.
7 catches, 109 yards.
He was getting.
And so about that too, he had 7 catches, 109 yards. Lamar threw for 179, had 17 completions. So 10 completions. Hollywood Brown netted 79 yards and a pick.
Yeah. How much you rush for?
What last game? 163
yards. 163.
He was stepping.
He
was stepping. He put the game on ice.
Yeah, he put the game on ice, and he put him back in the game. That run he had was tough. He got out of there.
Third nine, scramble. Come on. Scramble eggs, cheese, and grits.
Yeah, don't play that way anymore. He was tired of all that slander.
So who do y'all think is going to win this week?
I got my money on the flock.
Okay.
I like the flock.
It's a hard pick for me, man. It's a hard pick for me. I feel like it's going to come down to the defenses in this game. Who's going to be able to stop their guy? You know what I'm saying? Who's going to be able to stop their respective guy? Keep them to their minimum. And I feel like the Ravens defense is a little bit better suited for the matchup that they have. Maybe. I'm not sure. It's a hard pick for me. But I think, I don't know.
You going against Diggs? You going to go against Diggs?
The neighborhood hero?
I'm confident.
Neighborhood hero?
I'm confident that duo will get theirs because they've been getting theirs all year. You know what I'm saying? They've been getting theirs all year. Even though he only had 1 catch for 4 yards against Ramsey, it was for 6. So you got to get how you live.
Get how you live. Get how you live.
But I know that dude will get busy, but I feel confident in this attitude that Lamar has. That is just like, let's keep rolling with what we got going on. So it leads me more towards Baltimore, but I'm not sure. It's a hard pick for me.
Who you got, Taji?
I'm going to say it's hard for me to pick Josh Allen over Lamar. I think Lamar is going to have to keep making a name for himself, and I think he can do it in this game. Like you said, they weren't getting much rush. The Bills' defense, they didn't look the greatest. Mm-hmm. And the Ravens have been looking pretty good. Lamar's been looking pretty good, but I'm gonna pull for the Bills to win because I know they're pain. They went to all them Super Bowls. They're hurting. They deserve it. So I'm gonna pull for the Bills to win this game. I got the Bills.
And they do have an incredibly and
they have a great team.
Momentum
yeah.
pushing them.
They've been rolling.
Buffalo has some great fans too.
They've been rolling.
They're all. I said it last week. Their offense is potent at the right time. At the very right time.
May the best team win. That's how I feel.
I agree.
Let's go. Let's go toward. You want to go? Let's say AFC. So let's talk about the Browns and Steelers game and how that goes into this division.
Yeah. Shout out to the Browns. Shout out to the
Yes, sir.
Browns. That's all I got to
Go
say right now.
Go.
Yup. I'm happy for
Go,
y'all.
Baker, go. Yeah, Juju, Boo Boo Smith-Schuster.
He got
Now here's
fired
my
up.
before we talk about the game. Has anyone fact checked or has there been any sort of verification that he says he wants out of Pittsburgh to go somewhere that he could build his brand, his personal TikTok?
He said that?
There's
I don't
been a
know.
numerous amount of posts floating around on Twitter that says he wants out of Pittsburgh because he doesn't have enough content for TikTok.
If that's true, that's actually absurd.
He didn't say he have enough content for TikTok, but what's his brand?
But yeah, you know what he means. You know what he means.
Dude, I hope that's. I hope.
He played it.
Corvette.
He played a good game though. He did play a good game.
He did play. He did play
Yeah.
well.
He had like 150.
And regardless, he's gonna get
150
clapped.
plus.
How good they do. He just put a huge target on his back, dancing on other
Yeah, he
people's
did.
logos.
He did.
Crazy.
He
All right,
set
that's my
them up.
juju.
He had them Browns fired up. You could see it when
Fired.
they came out.
Yeah, bro.
You could
can't.
see it. After the game, they was posting about him. Like
whoa.
they was not playing. He single-handedly fired that team up more than they
yeah,
already needed.
fuel to the
been
fire.
And they
Baltimore
came out,
Music
and
all
you
season.
seen how they came out on that field. Yo, I did not see that coming. I'm not gonna lie. They was on 28-0 in the first quarter.
28-0 first quarter.
Come on now, that's crazy.
You gotta give up the
Go
stage.
Browns! I love
100
that.
piece.
That's crazy.
And do you guys remember who recovered that fumble in the end zone for a touchdown by chance?
Yeah, your boy recovered it.
The Hitman, yes, sir. Carl
Heard
Joseph
you.
out here. And he had to
As soon as
slide
I
in and
seen
steal that. That wasn't even his to pick up.
Myles Garrett folded.
I was crying watching that.
So
'Cause he
I
wasn't
was
even
like, I
close. I
know
was like-
G is height. I know G.
Yeah. I was like, Carl Joseph, he's a safety. He wasn't even in the picture. And he comes late as hell and just dives straight to it. I was like, let's go.
That's funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
other than that, Big Ben needs to hang it up. It's time, my man.
He threw
It's been
that
a
ball
hell of
how
a
many
run. I respect
times?
you for time.
I think he
It was
threw
an
over
NFL
50.
record, right?
Times. No, it might have been in the 60s. Hold on, I got the stats.
I
Steve, you
think
got
they
the
said
stat
it was
right
the
now. I can pull it up quick.
most throws
Pull 'em
ever
up,
in a
Chief.
game or
Pull 'em up,
something like
Chief.
that, I thought.
I don't have him written down. I only wrote on the
68
Browns
passing
behalf.
attempts.
68.
68 times.
Wow.
They ran the ball 16 times. 15
James
if you don't
Conner,
include the sack
I
that Ben took.
don't like James Conner as the lead back at all.
I like Benny Snell.
I like Benny Snell
throws.
more, but they need a running back. Like they need a running back.
Yeah, when
They
Derek
need a
Rock,
Najee.
when Derek Rock getting the rock, you got problems.
Yeah. Big problems.
But yeah,
But that's
Browns,
the thing though too. Oh, go ahead, Steve. My fault.
No, I was just gonna say from the Browns' behalf, they started off amazingly well. Bad snap off rip, that was bad. Next possession, Big Ben pick. 3rd and 4, Baker finds Jarvis for the nice slide, like a 30-plus yard touchdown.
Yeah,
I like that.
Jarvis looked good out there.
He's making people miss.
He was making people miss.
That's something you can see, like, you know what I'm saying, early on.
You haven't seen him, honestly, since he was like on the Fins.
Yeah,
you ain't seen it since the Fins.
So it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah, I hated to see him go, but you gotta do what you gotta do. I wouldn't be on. He was there either.
Did you guys notice how often Cleveland got first down runs on first down? Did you notice that at all? I mean, I wrote it was at least 4 or 5 times that it was just that they gave it to either Chubb or Hunt. Hunt's nice touchdown carrying like 4 dudes on him to get in there. You gotta like that. He had 2 touchdowns rushing. Then Chubb had the screen late to kind of
took it to their crib.
Yeah, very.
They really got a 2-headed snake.
2-headed snake. It's lethal.
2-headed snake.
It's lethal.
That 1-2 punch is very elite. And the thing that's so dangerous about Kareem is he's just as explosive and a threat in the pass game as he is the run game. Like,
yeah,
he's had a couple one-hand catches. Like, he's a beast.
Yeah, but with that being said, I don't think they stand a chance. That secondary cannot hold up against the Chiefs.
Nah, Carl not running with Tyreek
Well,
Hill.
the warden's back.
They need way more than Denzel.
They need way more than Ward. They need Delpit to come off injury. They need Greedy Williams to come off injury. They need everything they can get for that team. They ain't gonna hold up, I don't think.
They need help.
They need help.
But at the same time, though, if Pat Mahomes has a game like he had against the Falcons in what was that, week 17, week 16, whatever it was, when they won like 17-13, I don't think playoff Pat is going to do that. But in the event he does, I think they might have a chance in the football game. I mean, the Chiefs defense,
if they can,
out.
No, if they can hold them down, but you can't hold that team down.
No. They're trying to go
down.
One thing I say,
they're definitely not going out right now.
I just feel like every time that Mahomes has had the ball last in a playoff game, he's won it. The only time he hasn't was Brady AFC Championship overtime. Other than that,
yeah, exactly.
Mahomes has had the ball in the playoffs last and got it done.
He's gonna get it done. I don't see him not getting it done. He's like that.
But
special.
I will. Yeah. The Browns pose way more of a threat than the Steelers did, though. Like, they'll give them way more of a run for their money, in my opinion, than the Steelers would have.
I think it's going to be a more exciting game than people think.
Right.
We're about to see. If they can run the ball, they'll be good with anything. They'll keep that offense off the field, but we'll see how it goes.
That's the only way you could beat those guys.
Let's jump over to the NFC side of things. Let's go into Rams Seahawks wildcard game and how the Rams will face Green Bay.
Say less.
Best on best.
I'll be the first to admit I expected Danger Russ, playoff Russ, to do his usual due diligence in the playoffs. That's what I said on the show. I expected that wholeheartedly.
He always does.
I was wrong. I was 100% wrong.
I had zero confidence.
The number one defense in the league showed why they're the number one defense in the league, being the Rams. Their front four gets busy, and their secondary just leaves
dogs.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
like last night, I was watching I'm not sure what account it is on YouTube, but like the matchups, the matchups of wildcard, and just like every other highlight, it's a Rams secondary defender
flying
fighting
around.
on the ball, flying
around.
And even when those guys caught the ball, they weren't open.
Like that pick six that Russ threw, that was an unbelievable play by that corner. He went through the blockers, stole the screen, and went to the crib. That was crazy.
That's something you think about. You think about that, like
looking at DK.
Like, you think you could? I wonder if you could ever do something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just you know the screen, something. You think you could ever play? And he really it's just crazy.
I know
how
doing that to
flies around.
Oh, I'm doing that. They throw it over to me.
Magic 8 ball. Hot.
We keep that. We're giving that one to Chuck.
Hey, I'm gonna throw it to him.
Hide that one.
One thing I will
say
for me is what you got. You talk to me. No, talk to me.
I had no confidence in Russell Wilson. I'm sorry. He's a great man. At times has been an incredible quarterback, obviously Super Bowl, playoff runs, so on and so forth. However, this year, after the first 7 weeks of the season, he's been on a roller coaster. He's been so up and down, so shaky. And in games where he really couldn't get DK going, he couldn't get the passing game going. Obviously, there were some games where Tyler Lockett would go absolutely crazy because they're doubling DK or shadowing, whatever the case may be. However, based on the first matchup they had, which he actually played way better in my opinion. I mean, I think the statistics would reflect that as well, but I can't bet against Jalen Ramsey. I mean, that guy is an animal, shadowing DK the whole game. I mean, Russ threw for 170 yards. They rushed for 136. They had like 290 total yards. I mean, not going to win you games. And that was against a depleted Jared Goff.
Depleted. Cam Akers
got
put
no
the team on his
thumbs,
back.
he's got-
No.
Akers. Yeah,
Yes,
that's a big thing I took from that.
And that
game,
defense.
that Akers was really toting that rock, and the defense was just flying around. I have work, but the matchup between Ramsey and Mr. Adams, I cannot
That's
wait
so
to see how that
best.
pans
That's
out.
so best.
big on
That's my two favorite players. My favorite receiver, favorite corner. They about to get right. If Jalen can lock down Devontae, they will win that game. If Devontae doesn't get going, there's no way Green Bay beats them.
No, that whole offense runs through Devontae
Really?
Adams.
You think so?
Yes.
You think so?
If
100%.
2.0 steps up and locks up, they'll win the game. They'll win the game. I think. Their defense is that good. They won't be able to go everywhere else. They got to win what they got. And if he don't win, then I don't know.
Even with the MVS, Tanyan, the tight end getting busy.
Don't matter.
I'm not worried. They
guy.
got Aaron Donald in the trenches. Like,
yeah,
we not even
and the
mentioning like that D line, that secondary, like we were just talking about. They're there. Like they're gonna pick up what they got. So
yeah. They're not worried about no Green Bay Packer.
They're not worried about none of that. They're not worried about none of that. They worry about Big
They worry about Avon up the scene.
Okay.
Yeah, they gonna come in with attitude. That's all I know. And the way I seen Green Bay get punished by the 49ers last year,
right?
It's a little tough to see. Like that was an elite defense, and they couldn't get going at all. So we'll see if they can change that story this year. But the Rams defense wins championships, and they've been out to play. And Green Bay's got a good defense in themselves, but we'll see. I think it's all Ramsey. I love Jair.
Me too.
Top 3 for me.
Too. Oh yeah.
Top 3.
Let's jump over to the other game then. Bucks Saints, another star-studded matchup, another great divisional game. This is round 3. Round 3.
Bad. He's down bad.
Saints hit the federal suite. They did it.
And they did it with disrespect. Like they was blowing them out, and Tom was not looking good in those games.
4 picks.
No, that was his worst games.
Wow.
That's when they definitely game plan the Bucks well when they see them in the season. They game plan them first time. They game planned them second time. I'm very excited to see how this one pans out. This is playoffs now.
Does Marshawn strap Mike Evans again bad like that?
Well,
is he going to do
Evans
it again?
Might not even play.
What?
Mike Evans might not even play. He's on the injury report. Him and Chris Godwin both are on the injury report.
Really?
Out there to end the game?
Ankle and hip.
That's because he tried to hurdle somebody for no reason. Chris Godwin.
Right, you're way too big to try to. Oh, I thought you were talking about Mike.
The game was good. Like they was gonna kick a field goal anyway. He tried to hurdle the ball at the end of the game. That's probably when he hurt his hip.
You don't got approved, just win.
Yeah. But
he had a lot of drops. Godwin did against us. He had a lot of drops. But
I think AB gonna get his.
I'm excited. To see how that game goes.
Tom loves forcing him the ball. It's his favorite thing to do now in this offense.
Of course.
He loves AB the Rock. I mean, he's the whole reason.
If you had him, I mean, he was the best receiver in the league before he left. So you force him. That's what Big Ben used to do. Big Ben would force him to rock. Just throw it up there.
Because he's going to catch it.
He's going to go get it.
Throw it up. He's going to get it. My thing with AB, though, is he catches the ball like old school.
He just knows how to play the ball in the air. Yeah. He'll slow down, and then as it comes down, he speeds up and gets it so the DB can't even stay with him. And he just uses his body, all that. I love his game.
Oh yeah,
he's just so good.
I don't care what he's listed at.
The little things.
You can't tell me AB's taller than 5'10". I don't care what he's listed at. You can't tell me he's any taller than 5'10".
Yeah, he's probably 5'10". He's probably 5'10".
Right, and a game where you have corners now 6'3", 6'4",
and he's frying.
Their play action game is very, very hot right now, though. Watching that.
What's good with Rojo? Is he hurt?
As of right now, I saw a report there. It should be Fournette starting the game. I'm not sure what
He played well. I mean,
but Fournette's going to be starting the game.
Fournette
Did have a nice
last week.
game. He did have a nice game last week.
And the football team's got a defense.
They got a good defense.
We have a lot as far as it goes with Washington. We have a couple. I think we need to go as far as defensively, linebacker. We need to look linebacker. We need to look another corner.
What pick are y'all saying at?
We're sitting at probably at like the 19th or 20th. I'm not sure.
Really? Dang. Don't it go? It does. Okay.
Based on, I will say Heineke. I'm sorry, I probably chopped your last name, but however you say that man's last name, I think he has a future. I do.
I definitely think he has a future. I feel like as far as our history goes with quarterbacks, we would be a fool to not look into better options. I definitely think we should find another quarterback that can compete with Heineke, but we'd be a fool to not look at better options. Yes, Heineke is the best production I've seen at QB1 for us in a while. He was definitely getting me out of my seat Saturday night for sure. He was showing me things I haven't seen in a while. But
tough to bet the bank on him though after one game.
Yeah. We can't do that. We can't do that. I respect what he showed. I definitely, like I said, he deserves the opportunity to compete with whoever we bring in, but we have to. I feel like we'd be fools to not look at other options
because that football team receiving core is.
You need
another wide receiver.
We need one more guy. We need one more guy offensively. Offensively, we got to look quarterback
and a quarterback,
wide receiver.
Yeah,
receiver and quarterback. I heard that we're going to prioritize getting our receiver through free agency and not through the draft. So that tells me that we're going to have to look at some of these free agent receivers coming out of this season. There's a couple options. So I would love to see us land a big name. We almost landed Amari Cooper last year, but with DC taxes.
I hated that.
We almost, with DC taxes,
right.
Dallas gave him like 2 or 3 more mil, so he didn't fly with us. But it's cool. But my biggest thing as far as the Bucks go, I thought that our defensive front was we had to get in his face, we had to get him pressured, had to get him on the ground a couple times, and we didn't do it enough, and he made us pay for it. He was able to step up and find bombs, one with Godwin over on Darby, and then one with AB first half on Moreland. Like he was just stepping up. Boom, man.
Mike Evans on Fuller.
Surgical.
Yeah. It was just seeing a lot of TB12 work. It was very, but I liked it. Showed I saw something in our Washington team I haven't seen in a while. We didn't give out of that game. We tried to the very, very end, and we had our opportunities to win. And so I was very proud that night for sure. It sucks we lost, but we're on our way up for sure.
You guys have tasted what wins like, and I think that's good for your locker room.
And you got a good head coach.
I'm loving the way that Ron's turning this thing around. So I feel like we're on the up and up. But I think we chatted about all matchups, didn't we?
We didn't talk about the Bears.
Bears Saints. I didn't catch the Nickelodeon game. I was at work.
Bears Saints wasn't really worth watching that much. That's what we said. The only game that wasn't worth watching like that. The Bears looked horrible. But Allen Robinson's hands are just ridiculous. I'm just going to throw that out there.
I'm hoping that's a guy that we throw.
I don't know how he does it. He going to catch the ball like this, fall down on his arms, and keep the ball in his hands.
Yeah, not many doing that.
But
yeah, I mean,
can't guard Mike scored a tutty.
Early too. I was like, can't guard Mike go for like 2 or 3.
He played a good game. He looked good out there too, running around.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Yeah, I think the Saints are going to beat Tom though. I don't think.
You think? You think you got the Saints?
I don't really like the Bucs secondary
Either do I.
Like their defense enough to compete. Like the Saints just got so much on offense. There's so much.
They definitely have a lot more stars.
Part of that so much wasn't Taysom Hill though. I think he should just stick to being a punt gunner and L1 on kickoff.
I like what he's bringing to the team.
No.
He's not a starting quarterback.
You got Latavius Murray, and you put him in on 3rd and an inch to take a handoff? Are you kidding me?
Taysom's gonna get the first down usually.
Latavius not?
Latavius got his little touchdown. He's cool. He good.
And they abusing him. I'm sorry. They abusing him. Dude, you could put the long snapper at 8 and let him run a 10-yard out, and he running it the same way and catching it.
No.
They gassing him, and I'm not here for it. And his arm basura. And I'm sick and tired of seeing number 7 in the game on offense. I'm sick and tired.
But I like him as a football player. I respect his game as a football player.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's not his fault, Sean Payton.
He's not a quarterback. Not a quarterback. But I respect his game. I think he should be on the field like he is.
20 plus snaps at every skill position.
He's making plays. Steve-O, what do you think?
I mean, as far as Taysom Hill goes, I was honestly going to say that one of the Bucs' biggest problems defensively was containing our quarterback. Now, mind you, maybe that could have had to do with not being in the game plan necessarily because Alex Smith was supposed to play and Alex Smith isn't as mobile as Heineke is. But on a lot of 3rd and long, 2nd and long, Heineke was able to sit in the pocket, scurry out, and make something shake with his legs. And Drew Brees can't do that. And I'm not saying that Taysom Hill should be playing quarterback the whole time, but I'm definitely saying that was.
And don't even get me started about that conversation. You got Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I'd rather.
Yeah.
I'm rocking Jameis at quarterback. I'm not gonna lie. I'd rock him before Taysom.
Stop forcing him.
I mean, it's a shame we're not even mentioning him, but I mean, you can't knock the shame in their game. They are where they're at for a reason. Is what they're doing.
Wow.
It's been a while since I see Jameis.
Eat some doves.
I missed that.
Crab legs.
Yeah, I got the Saints against the Bucs though.
Yeah, easily.
I think I learned the hard way. I'm gonna have to go with the Bucs and Brady. Honestly,
they barely beat y'all.
I know they barely beat us.
I don't know, man. The Saints are just loaded, bro, on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, they got.
I don't understand how they always do it, but they're loaded.
This is the best weaponry Brady's ever had. This is the best arsenal
he's ever had.
What's he
doing with it against the Saints?
I know, but this is a totally different game. I mean,
I believe it. Any
given
I think
Sunday,
if he comes out and he's playoff time, he could easily win this game.
Yeah.
But the Saints, I don't know. I don't think they give up this game. I just don't think they fold this game.
I respect it. Like it's not.
I usually don't though. They usually let me down in the playoffs though. So I'm just gonna throw that out there. They've been sucking the last few years. The miracle didn't even make sense. Like that should have never happened.
Yeah, that was.
That's just Diggsy.
And then they had the pass interference they just didn't call.
Brady, hit him.
They lost to Kirk Cousins in the first round the next year. So they ain't. I'm not betting on them, but I think they beat the Bucs. But I hope Brady snaps and wins. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Either way, I got no skin in the game. I'd like to see Deontay Harris go win a Super Bowl for himself, but and Juwan and a little.
Go get that Burrow boy. Go get that Burrow boy a ring.
2 times. 2 times.
I wouldn't be mad. 2 times.
Yeah.
3 times. 3 times.
Who else from the Burrow?
The Colts middle linebacker, Gary Brackett, when they had Peyton Manning.
Gary Brackett was
yeah, he's from Glassboro.
That's a captain. Gary
Yeah. He
Heard you.
used to have football camps every year in the Borough, and he'd come and he had people there, and he'd wear the ring, and he was like, y'all want to wear this joint? That joint was tough.
Yeah. I never knew that. Gary Brackett was very good.
Yeah.
Well, brothers, I think that's all.
All right.
As far as it goes to last week's games and tomorrow and Saturday's matchups, if there's any last second remarks you'd like to get off your chest, you can say them.
Always a pleasure.
Good. Always
And
a pleasure.
keep Taysom on the sideline.
Go Bills.
If that's how you feel. Everyone, please continue to keep following us on all the socials, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, all the plugs, please. We are having a lot of fun getting this all out to you all. Make sure you go like, comment, subscribe, give us your feedback, thoughts, and opinions. And we will see you next week for the championship games. Peace and love. Swaggy Sports Podcast, we out. See ya.
Peace.
Peace. All right, brother.
See you, bro.